Hello everyone, my name is Dervishnapa, you may call me D, and today I'm going to be reading your comments. So a lot of these comments are going to be from my art progression video, my beginning art, my intermediate art, all the way to the art that I produce now, and a lot of you guys left a lot of comments, so I'm going to read some of them. I got oily fingers. This thing is, I gotta clean it all the time. So Xenon says, your art style looks like it would taste good. And at first I thought that was a really weird comment because like, visuals, that I don't even draw food half the time. And I'm like, I do have that type of thing that does look a little tasty sometimes. But concerningly, if you think some of my, more horror art looks a little tasty, you might be a little weird. Crying happy face? They say your drawings are creepy at the beginning. I don't understand why they were just creepy at the beginning, because I feel like I've consistently been creepy throughout my entire art progress. Wonderful name. Says, laugh my fucking ass off. So we all went through the phase of doing the emo bangs on one of the eyes because we can't draw both. I spent a good 2 years just not drawing the other eye, and I really just put emo bangs over absolutely everything. In my defense, emo was in at the time. It was kind of cool to be emo at the time. Strawberry Sherbert said, sorry, I think I blinked. It's okay. It's okay to blink. It's a human thing to do. Morgan Wren says, I love these types of videos. The confidence radiates through the art you've created. I think I had more confidence in my beginner art. I wouldn't say, in the video where it jumps to when I started digital art, I would say none of that radiated confidence. More of it radiated, I had no fucking clue what I was doing. So maybe, ignorance? Ignorance might be the better option there. Scott's Shockofussil? I don't know how to read that, but we're going with Shockofussil. They are so gentle and soft with their movements. Each of their steps seem like they thought about it. Now this is on an actual video of me, so thank you. That was probably the most interesting compliment I've received on a video of me, and I feel very flattered about it. Developing an ego like Markiplier after this. Daniel Hogton says, commented, I would have gotten into art if it was not for one certain thing. My art teacher in primary school, may I add, said my drawings of Santa, or was it an elf, was the worst piece of art he had seen in his life. Now this is really depressing, because I get it if you said that if maybe you're a college student teacher, and you're trying to encourage someone to go down a different life path, but primary school, I'm sorry, but your teacher must have been a very miserable person to point out your Santa drawing and be like, you have scorned the name of Santa Claus, issues. And that's what that man had. Cooper So Slimy Plays says, I think I seen Jacksepticeye and Corpse Husband in there, and you would be correct. Back when Jacksepticeye and Markiplier were doing the Antisepticeye and Darkiplier thing, I was so into making fan art for them, but I made a lot of Antisepticeye art. I have recently made 2 things of Corpse Husband art. I don't usually do fan art at all because it's very embarrassing for me. I don't feel like I have the skills to make fan art I can be proud about, so I usually avoid it. But yes, I did throw some of it in there just to be accurate to what I have created. Dusk/Yuri says, I love the noodle intestines. Intestines do look like noodles though. I wouldn't recommend eating them though. Josie says, you're definitely a furry or emo. Why can't I be both? Sam says, I wish I could absorb your art style. I feel like that would be terrifying, especially since I'm a horror artist. Just visualizing my art style absorbing into you might be quite painful, I would believe. Cocoa Butter Chaos says, I started drawing cat girls first, now I draw furries. Now that is a true progression video we need to see, from drawing cat girls to slowly drawing furries. That that would be a video that I would watch. Hello. Alright, I've moved over to my living room. My fiance came home, so I'm gonna let him have the bedroom, finish in here. I'm not gonna even attempt to read this, and you can't make me. But they say, I wish I could draw, quote unquote, as if drawing is something that only rich people can afford, while you can't. Just start, what the fuck? Now this may seem obvious to some of you that through time and effort you can become a good artist, but there are genuinely people who believe I basically bought my way to becoming a good artist. There are people who believe I was born like Picasso straight out the pussy, seriously, and then there are people who genuinely think the only reason I'm good at art is because I was able to afford digital art. Neither of that is true. I've been drawing for a decade, and any artist that is good will tell you they've been drawing for a very, very long time. Small Melon, love that name, quite adorable, says, you've grown so much through the years, but why does no one stay on paper? I can guarantee you that we do. It's just that it's really hard to post traditional art on a digital platform. The reason I started digital art was because it was easier to post speed paints in your photos when it's digital. But I do traditional art. I do plenty of traditional art. I do paper art. Some people think I don't. I just don't post it because I keep it personal. I even do it in color sometimes. I have color pencils. I wonder if I can find an example. I got things in it. Here's this one. I actually turned this into a digital speed paint that's on my channel, but it's easier to sketch out my sketch layer on paper sometimes, and I still do that. Practicing how to draw different eye shapes. So I practiced traditionally, definitely as well. This one. This is another traditional one I've done. So yeah, I don't stay on digital. I just keep that to myself. That's like my personal artwork. Digital artwork just does better online. Hutao says, you did a good job. I'll follow you forever until you are done. Love that. I appreciate everyone who's subscribed to the channel and liked my content and left comments. But this is also very ominous. Until you are done. Until I'm dead? Until someone kills me? Nightmare. Oh, I love that name. It's so edgy. That's so 2012. Okay, they're all pretty good. So, new sub. Thank you for the sub. But why did some of the early ones look like Gru? I'm sorry. I love this comment because here's the art I started making when I was younger. And it does look like Gru. And I refuse to let anyone say otherwise. Rai says, hold up, I think I blinked. How did we get here? It's okay. You're allowed to blink. Aesthetic Boba says, you guys are too nice to me. Did you all know her voice is so cute? As you know, is practically a human trait now. You don't like your recorded voice, so I don't really like my recorded voice very well. So making these videos is very weird for me, and I'm very insecure about videos with me in it where I'm talking, so it's nice that you guys sometimes like my voice. I wish I had an anime ooh voice instead though. Sophia W says, do you prefer drawing on paper or digitally? This is a good question because it's not as simple as you would think. If I'm going to make completed artworks that I want to make a speed paint out of or I want to post online, it's going to be digital. I really enjoy digital because just the techniques I use, the brushes, opacity layers, I really enjoy working that way, and I do mostly work digitally. But if I'm experimenting, or if it's something I know I'm not going to post or I don't want to post it, or if I'm sketching out a sketch, it's easier to do poses and sketches that are more fluid traditionally. Sometimes I go into phases where I try drawing a bunch of new things if I'm doing that traditionally. Basically, if I'm trying to make a very crisp professional piece, digital. If I'm doing something with the purpose of online, digital. If it's going to be messy and new, traditional. Crimson Claw says, did I just get a glimpse of EJ? Yes, you did. Eyeless Jack. I was a huge creepypasta fan. I've been very much considering getting back into it. It's so cringe, the creepypasta stuff, but so much fun. And then they said, are you CP fan? I know you meant creepypasta, but for reasons I will not explain, don't use CP as an abbreviation for creepypasta. 16 seconds, it looks really good and I love it. I just want to know what was going on inside your head. I gotta go find out what was at 16 seconds. Jesus Christ, is that 4 million? Who the fuck are you people? 4 million people? It's not that good of a video, but okay. Alright, 16 seconds, right? And it's this. Can you guys stop? You guys like really are hyper fixated on this specific drawing, and I guess it's because you guys only get like a split second of it, but it is not. It's not as inappropriate as you guys think. It was specifically meant to be a body horror piece. Like there's eyeballs in the skin, and like they're supposed to be like half octopus, and like they don't have a lower jaw and they don't have any eyeballs, but you guys are obsessed with the tentacles, and it's okay. This is the piece. I'll give you guys a longer look at it. As you can see, she has eyeballs in her chest. There's also a tongue hanging out because they're not supposed to have a lower jaw, and so there's like a mouth covering piece that has teeth on it, and then they don't have any eyes, and then they have tentacles. And they have like little suction cups on their skin. It's supposed to be a body horror piece. So could you, if you guys could stop obsessing over it. The absolute amount of comments I've gotten on this piece alone is frightening, to say the least. Ari says, me to every single one. Dream body. This is your dream body? I mean, go for you if you want this to be your dream body. The confidence. Like, jealous. Stardew Live. I really like this comment because it brings up a new perspective. It says, I practice over and over, but I'm not getting any better. So when I ask how to get better, it really makes me mad when someone says, just practice. Not geared towards you, just thought of it. I really like this one because it is very true, especially as when I was a younger artist, and seeing a lot of younger artists, is just practice is really just the greatest umbrella like term that you can use when it comes to improvement. I think a great way to break this down is there's such thing as practicing correctly and practicing incorrectly. I have a few art tip videos and a few tutorials that you can look over that may help you, especially since when I think of my tips and tricks, I always think back to when I was a beginner artist and what might have helped me. Well, I just released the 10 art tip videos. Some examples of what's in there is different specific techniques that you can try. One of them is like blocking out. That may be very helpful. I recommend using reference, watching other people draw. Those are a lot of things that help me. But I completely understand just practice is very much just a phrase. Mina Ashido says, you can see the Amphmu and creepypasta phase in there. Creepypasta, yes. I don't know who the fuck who is Amphmo? So she's a Minecraft YouTuber? She's cute. Her aesthetic's cute. Kate says, I swear one of them looked like Scorpia from S-Pop. Again, I don't know what that is, so we're gonna look it up. Scorpia? S-Pop. Is that a video game? Oh, I know this lady. Who's this lady? Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever drawn her. Ollie.Collie says, do you use Procreate? And since you can see I do have a tablet, I do use Procreate, but that's only been very recently, and I don't make most of my art on there. I like using it as a halfway point between my traditional art and my digital art. But I mostly use a Wacom tablet. I used to use a $100 one, but now I use a Wacom Pro, so it's about $400. And then I have it connected to my computer, which my fiance built, and I use Krita, and that's a free program. Juby says, "You're the best at art, and I wish I was in your life." Thank you. The drawings are a literal mix between beauty and horror, and some of them are. I don't mean to be offensive, which that isn't. It's very true. Where do you get your inspiration for the darker and gloomier pictures? So I have dedicated my life to making very creepy and cute stuff. That is what I love. I used to make like creepy stuff even when I was very young. In my early teens, I was always into horror. Even as a child, I got in trouble for enjoying horror stuff. At the moment, I'm going through a phase of chronic like nightmares. So I've been getting a lot of inspiration through my nightmares. I also have some stories that I'm working on. I have a comic and a video game story plot that I'm working on, so those kind of inspire me, and sometimes just daydreaming while listening to music, I can explore my creativity. And since I've been really exercising my horror stuff, it's not that hard to come up with something. One question: how did you find your old drawings? We will come back to this one. All right. This one says, "Thank God finally someone actually progresses in the trend instead of some kid that thinks they're good because they can draw anime eyes in an anime style." I do appreciate, I guess, them saying that I'm good at my art, but I've gotten a few of these like kind of almost backhanded compliments, and I'd like to say please don't comment stuff like this. Just because someone younger is trying to do a trend and they're trying to enjoy their artwork does not mean that you should go to someone else's video and bash them about it. Like, let them live their lives. Don't like bash people in the comments. Like, art is for fun, especially for younger artists. Like, there's no reason to be angry. You have an amazing art, but someone's going through a creepy phase. Number one, a lot of backhanded compliments. Stop it. You guys are mean to me sometimes. Stop. But also a creepy phase, ma'am, it's been 10 years. It's not going away anytime soon. And also, with the backhanded compliments, in the first it was cringe, and now it looks good. Keep it up. Ma'am, sir, they may have been cringe, but you didn't need to point that out. They were lovely. I prefer them more than my new art. I do. I prefer my old artworks over my new artworks. The cringe is what makes them good. If you don't have any cringe in your artwork, or you never went through a cringy phase, are you really an artist? Now we get to go to the fun part. All right, I have a few comments. Of the many I got, this is daily. I get these comments daily, okay? The people who are convinced that I didn't draw my artwork. It says the first ones are real, but the last ones are fake. And the person says, "Here we go again with others accusing people of stealing their own art." It's been like a pandemic in my comments recently about people being like, "This isn't yours. You stole this." And there are obviously a lot of people who are like, "I don't see where you're coming from." I do appreciate it, especially the people who have handled it calmly and nicely. Kind of like irritated me a little bit. "I know you didn't draw the digital ones. I can just tell. Unless you want to do a video of you drawing on digital, plus tag me in the video, then I'll believe you." Number one, I don't care if you don't believe me. A lot of people have been like, "You can tag me to prove it's real." I don't care if you don't believe me. Like, it doesn't affect my life, I guess. I'm not going to tag you in any videos. I'm not going to prove that I did it. The only proof that you need is if you click on my video, you click on my channel, and you see I think it's over 100 now, speed paints of all the drawings I've done. And all the good drawings that aren't mine literally have speed paints on my channel. This is the first one I got that when my video was doing kind of poorly. Says, "This isn't yours." 16 comments. You guys didn't like this comment very well. This person was actually quite mean. But I would like to point out this comment specifically. because they say, plus I have proof. And here is their proof. Why does her notebook change so frequently? And the 65% of the drawings look like they were from a computer. So get wrecked. So number 1, get wrecked. If you just had the 2 seconds of time to click on my channel, you could see all the speed paints of the digital art. Also, it is a progression video over the span of 10 years. I have like a stack of 20 notebooks. Of course the notebooks change. It's a span of over 20 years. And yeah, I changed to digital art. It's a progression video, so I don't understand how this is proof. I have gotten like daily comments saying this isn't my artwork, but no one has said who is the real artist yet. So if in the comments you have proof of who the real artist is, please tell me, because no one has told me who the real artist is if it's not me. Wow, drawings turned into Google images. You guys do realize where Google's images come from, right? Instagram, which I post on, YouTube thumbnails, which are of my artwork, DeviantArt, which I post on, Pinterest, which has some of my artworks. I think I have 1 or 2 maybe on Reddit. So yeah, my art is on Google Images. Google Images didn't make the art. It's a surprise. It's a search engine. And this one says, go on Google and look up anime pictures. You'll see all those. I will, okay? Okay, so if I go to Google, this is Safari, does it matter? It's a search engine. And I go anime. That's what they said, right? Anime pictures. I will apparently find the artwork that I stole. I'll scroll for a while too. You want to look with me? All right, you ready? I'm not seeing my artwork. I feel like they might have been wrong. A lot of this is fan art, and I don't do anime fan art. See, I know if you look up anime pictures, you will not find my art. I don't often tag them with anime either. The really good ones are fake. The artwork is, it's fake? I don't know how it's fake. It's an image. Because the quality of the image changed. Reminder, this was on a video about how my art got better. Let that sink in. This is my favorite one. It's in all caps too.
Y'all are so dumb. The last ones are from Google SKM. Even have the real artist name in it too. This is just a 6-year-old WHO stole her mom's phone when her mom went to shower.
We got a plot going on here. They are from Google. They had the real artist name on it. My name is not D. Number 1. No. I would never sign my art with D. Of course not. My name isn't Derpenschnoff shortened to D at all. I'm 6 apparently, and my mother's in the shower, and this is hers. So excuse me for being a 6-year-old who I can't even explain this. Like, if you just went to my channel, you would see that I am a 20-year-old woman. Like, come on, do better. One just confused me. Not cool. You just photoshopped on Google. I have proof, LOL. Let's break this down. I photoshopped, which is an art program that especially companies use to make illustrations. So I used an art program on Google, which it's a program that you download. Okay, let's say I took Google Images and photoshopped them. Did I Photoshop the background out? Because they're like genuine art pieces, so I don't know what I Photoshopped. Did I Photoshop the signature? Like, are you trying to say that I traced my art? Because, and I don't know. And then they say they have proof, but they never elaborate. I've had a few comments say they have proof, and they don't provide. Okay, draw it in front of us now, okay? I literally have like 5 years of speed paints. It's a daily occurrence that I do that, so I even have traditional art drawings. Like, I've drawn, like, speed paints of me drawing traditionally as well, so I don't get it. You know what? Here. You guys want proof that I draw my own drawings. So here we go. We're going to Procreate. We will start off with this one, all right? This is the one I did recently, the girl eating the horror donut. We will go into layers. Number 1, here's all the layers that went into that. So if we go here, I have all the hair colors. So you can see the hair's kind of coming in. You look at that. A pen thing. You see at the top, it has my signature. So I can just stamp my signature on my artwork. Here's the sketch for this one. So this one, I did and I finished it on my computer. Let me get a little closer. Just so I can like show, like this literally doesn't make sense. Like, turning on all the layers, like you could see it pop up. So obviously I drew that one. I don't think if I did steal it from someone, I don't think the real artist would go out of their way to post like the Procreate file. The corner of the bear. I obviously did that one too, and it has my signature on it. The original line work color was in pink, and then wow. See, like artwork is mine. I drew it. I couldn't get more. Like, it's my signature. It's a shortened version of my name. So for other people demanding that I give proof that I draw my own drawings, there you go. I've gotten so many. I get them daily. I take it as a compliment because my art is good enough to steal now. One question: how did you find your old drawings? We will come back to this one. But my old artwork. Why do I have my old artwork? Apparently you guys are throwing it away. I never threw mine away. Let's go find it. Go into my bedroom. Habu. Hello. Yep. Hello. If we go over here, you can see I have all my sketchbooks. I have like 20 something. I labeled them all, so they got the names and like if they're full or half full and the dates on them. So pull out a random one. Like maybe this one. Some of them I didn't use very much because the quality of the thing wasn't good, but there it is. So yeah, I have all my sketchbooks. I may be missing one that might have gotten lost in a flood, but outside of that, that's where I keep all my sketchbooks. I'll keep this short and sweet. Thank you so much for commenting on all my videos. I appreciate it. And the support and love and just you guys subscribing has been wonderful. That's all I have to say. Bye.